Welcome to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is your podcast for all things hockey. On this podcast, we talk about past history to the modern day and what you can do to grow the sport. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. Welcome into the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is episode 42, the answer to every question, apparently, as I was told. So today I want to talk about other sports hockey players tend to play and what they should and how they benefit hockey players off ice training or just training in general. All right, let's get into it. So we'll go through this article. So it's going to be me with this. We're going to optimize this clip for screen, and we are golden. Okay, so this is Sniper Skins, top 10 sports for hockey players to play this summer. And even though summer's months away, we've got some time. Okay, so reading over this, squash is the first one up is squash is becoming more popular as people realize how fast-paced and exciting a sport it truly is. Squash promotes healthy competition. Other advantages of playing squash: cardio, flexibility, hand-eye coordination, change of direction, footwork, and acceleration. All very important to hockey players, by the way. And you're not always going to have access to the ice. So get used to doing it on land, build your stamina up, and that'll be good for you. Okay. Hold on a minute. We're going to pause this. Baseball is up next. Actually, no, we're good. Baseball is a truly beloved sport that kids really enjoy playing. Since it is such a fun sport to play, a great stress reliever, players can feel and refresh and achieve a better mental focus. One of the hardest things to do in all of sports is to hit a baseball, whether it's 90 miles an hour or just in general. Like, you can miss it too. I mean, no one, like, imagine driving in your car at 40 miles an hour, right? I don't think we like it's still very fast. If you're walking on the side of the road and you see it go by, it can absolutely be that way. But I think it's best if definitely play some intramural softball or something that also keeps you in shape. Now, soccer is a sport I played in college to keep my footwork up, and I really was in great shape at 20 years old because soccer was great. So soccer is a great off-season sport for hockey players. Similar to hockey, it is an invasion sport and helps hockey players practice strategy and tactics, teamwork, concepts, and pattern movement. Soccer also helps players practice foot skills and body fakes, which are easily transferable to hockey season. Kicking the puck to your stick is necessary, and if there's one sport that can do it well, it's soccer. Basketball, like a little more, though. Basketball is actually a lot more. Basketball is an exciting sport to play and can be played as a full team sport or just with a handful of people for a pickup game. Basketball is a very active sport and can burn up to 750 calories an hour, which can help hockey players stay fit in the off season. Basketball also improves endurance, hand-eye coordination, and balance. Well, Definitely this. Basketball is an ideal sport to practice and improve body fakes, which is an essential skill in hockey. There is a little bit different of a tactic that still can be helpful. Using your hands over your feet, you're not exactly stick handling with it, but pushing a bouncing ball can still help. But I think soccer, working on your foot skills specifically, is better, or maybe a little better. But I say play both of these sports, and also over the summer, just get your friends together, and you should see a difference in how you how your body motion is going as well. But if I had to guess, I think soccer is going to be the best one, more so because better for you when you get back into season, because your foot, because we're more likely to kick a puck than we are to use our hands with a puck, because we don't want to, get called for a hand pass, right? So I think soccer is going to be a little better, but basketball is a little more fun to play, and shooting is a little more fun, if you ask me, probably a lot more. But also it does help you aim in a way. Now a basketball basket is 10 feet above the ground level, and we may only have a net that's about 3 feet high. So it's very different too. And you can score goals in soccer at 3 feet high as well. So I think that's why I put soccer at a little more, like, if you had to pick one, I'd pick soccer specifically for the better training. Okay. Lacrosse is one of the fastest sports on 2 feet, very similar to hockey. Lacrosse is about the flow of the game in terms of offense and defense, constantly trying to find an opening to take advantage in the game. Lacrosse is a great cardio sport that promotes hand-eye coordination and helps players practice body fakes. When it comes to lacrosse, you're allowed to slash, and we don't do that in hockey, because a guy gets called for it and he goes to the box, as he or she should. But probably the best thing that it can help you when you're doing off-ice training is the face-off. I mean, look at these guys. They're facing off, and they got to fight for it, and you do have to push your guy out of the circle, or just far enough away from the puck where you can control it long enough to get it back to your guys. And that is something that very few people can do. And I think if you can master it off the ice, you can master it on the ice. Football. Hockey and football are surprisingly similar. I would have never guessed. Players need stamina, strength, agility, speed, and fast reaction time to perform well at either sport. Football increases aerobic capacity and cardiovascular health, both of which are important for hockey players. Football also allows players to progress with their body fake skills. Body fake skills are very important, and I say do it off the ice, get used to it, go into your, stick handle at home if you can as well. But also, you're definitely going to be playing against guys, and I know once again, we don't always have access to the rink, but you're more likely to have access to your friends at certain times, and some of your friends play football, some play basketball, some play soccer, some play baseball. not all of them play hockey. So it's definitely a good idea to get out there and also meet some good people too. Biking. Now, this is a bit surprising when it comes to this article right here. Biking is a great cross-training activity to provide conditioning of legs and heart and lungs. Biking is also a great cardio workout, which helps hockey players maintain and improve endurance during the summer months. I do not own a bike anymore, but if you do go to the gym and you can get on the bike, definitely put the resistance up, get used to it so you can power through it and you have the strength to go through tough obstacles, and that will help you on the ice running. Okay, before I read this paragraph, here's what I did. I ran up hills in Maryland during the off season. A lot of hills. And then the benefit of running up them was that you get to come down and then you go up again. And it was really hard to deal with that. And then once I got down one of the last hills on Germantown Road, I would swing back around and then I'd have to run up again and I'd have to like do a loop into the neighborhood as well. And then I'd finish off with a flatter surface as well. But it's very hilly in Maryland. Florida is the flattest state I've ever lived in. It's very flat. And I've only lived in two states, Florida and Maryland. So there's that. Okay, a great cardiovascular activity is running, according to a complete conditioning for hockey by Peter Twist. High tempo, high speed runs produce more benefit for hockey players than long, slow jogs. Okay, I've been doing a lot of long, slow jogs. I say do interval trainings as well when it comes to it. I say just go too hard, go too off, go and get used to that. Using a high-speed pace improves fitness in a way that closely matches hockey, improving the endurance of a player's muscles, which is critical to keep up speed late in a hockey game. There's definitely do running. I say if you can like really run hard for a long time, you're definitely going to be good. And you're building up that strength. And there's definitely some interval training as well that you can look up as well. I'll definitely check that out in a moment for you. 9 is swimming. Swimming, I am terrible at. And I actually just don't know why that is, but I was never the best swimmer at summer camp or like just in general growing up. I just couldn't handle it. So swimming is a great choice for hockey players, both off season and during hockey season. It helps players stay in shape, increases circulation, and builds endurance, muscle strength, and cardiovascular fitness. 10 is any team sport. When it comes down to it, playing a team sport off season will help hockey players immensely by allowing them to play with different players and coaches and experience different coaching and training styles. Hockey players are able to adapt and be more flexible to new situations. Also, playing on any other sports team allows hockey players to continue to develop their teamwork skills, sometimes in a less competitive environment. Yeah, and take the pressure off too. You're not competing in these. It's not high competition. It doesn't really count for anything at all in the long run. It's not like playing in your college games or anything like that. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, so definitely look up some interval training. Look to see what's best, what some running instructors do. In fact, I'll do that. Hold on a minute. I'm going to stop the share. Okay, I'm still recording. Okay. Yeah. All right. I've got to pause this real quickly. So to continue on with the interval running, I definitely say it's I'm gonna look something up here, but I definitely say 2 on, 2 off is still very good. Yeah, that's definitely there. Looking for inner guidement. I would say still warm up. So remember, each interval should last about 10 to 60 seconds and at the high intensity pace, and 60 at the lower intensity pace. In coaches' terms, these are duty calls, they're duty cycles. Now, personally, I will say 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off hard. There was a player that was our captain. He actually did 5 to 7 miles per hour. So he would go 7 miles an hour for 2 minutes, then he'd drop it to 5, but he'd start off at 5. I went to 5 to 9, 5 miles an hour to 9 miles an hour on the treadmill, going hard. And running on the treadmill certainly forces you to pick up the pace, and it'll be easier if you have to pick it up there, it'll be easier when you go out on the ice. So take that as well. And I guess yeah. So I'll leave a link to that article, by the way. Let me just clip that there. Copy that. I'm gonna drop that down in my chat. And okay, it's there. So definitely, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to rothsteina.substack.com. That's rothsteina.substack.com. All right, that'll do it for this episode of the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. Please be sure to follow me on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. And of course, to sign up for the newsletter at rothsteina.substack.com. Oh, and please be sure to rate this podcast 5 stars and share it with a friend. Thank you very much, and take care. 3, 2, 1, take care.